Hello everyone and welcome back to Dad's Gaming. This is ZHP 2004. Gonna bring you another couple A-class races today. 3 different races, 3 different cars. Gonna see how we do. It wasn't too bad of a night. 3 very different cars, American, European, and I guess a JDM. And we're gonna start things off here at Indy in the BMW M5. This car I built for Le Mans with the old layout, so no chicane. So I figured, why not bring it to Indy? Really didn't have a car that I was sure that I wanted to bring. I came across this one. I said, let's grab that real quick and see how we do. This car does not have handling, but it will go in a straight line and it goes quick. And I'll stop for a minute just so you can hear that intake. Yeah, it really draws the air in when that thing gets wound up, but as you can see, I get into the corners and it doesn't really want to turn. Something else I'll probably wind up working on eventually, and the corners are really what's going to bite me here in the end. I'm just going to show you the first lap here, and we're probably going to cut further back on into the race, because I ran up front pretty much the whole race until closer to the end. Got a little more interesting. Here I am back in second. Got an M4 up here, and I'm going to blow by him on the straightaways. He definitely had me in the turns. You can see back into my car is a little beat up. There's a little bit of a reason for that. Every time we kind of get to a corner here, he'd close up, maybe give me a little nudge. I'm going to try to go a little low here, cover him off, make him go the long way. Again, gave me another nudge. Went through the corner a little faster than I wanted and wound up in the wall, so he gets by me. But that's okay. I'm going to blast past him again here down the straight. Get down into the corner and try to keep the car low. Hopefully he doesn't try. Okay, yeah, he actually goes up high. Figure if he's going to pass me, he's going to do it on the high side. And we just about get through there. I back off going into this corner because I know I need the full width of the track coming off here to really maximize what this car can do. And I know I'm going to catch him going down the back straight. My biggest fear is going into turn 3 and consequently turn 4. So again, I'm going to go in here a little hot. He goes high, gets around me. I come up through here. I get on the gas too early. I should have waited. Gave myself more room. I have a terrible entry into turn 4 and it puts me out of position. I try to gas it. I just wind up in the wall. Not sure what was up with that guy. Had I had a better run off 4, I probably could have closed that gap and got first, but it's going to be a second place finish. So it wasn't a bad race. We're going to move on to Suzuka in the Honda S2000. Starting off here in first place. Actually, we're going to share pole position here with a Volkswagen. Not really sure why that did what it did, but I thought it was kind of funny, so I added it in, added this race. Just going to bring you the first lap and probably the end of this race. Not a whole lot happened here. We got up front. We had a little bit of a challenge coming up here through the S's. Another car I have tuned. I haven't shared many of my tunes. This one may go up. I haven't quite decided. I may tweak it a little more before I put it up. We'll see how that goes. But we have, an indicator closing in. And got one guy right on my back bumper, and we'll see him here maybe a little bit more, but for the most part this we got up front, stayed up front, and that's really kind of key. If you can get an up front starting position, most of the time, especially a track like this, you can get away from the carnage, and hopefully you can have a decent race with a couple other people on the track. This was pretty quiet and calm. Nothing really happened in this race. I still had to, mind your P's and Q's, stay on track, don't guff it up too bad, because you never know who might be there. I tried coming at a spoon a little too high. I had to check up. But it's not going to cost us anything. We're going to get down the straight. Not going to be challenged. Nobody's really going to get close. We're going to come down here through the left, come up to the chicane. And I figured, well, the guy behind me, you know, he might try to close the gap up here. Gonna get on the brakes, make sure I'm in nice and early, slow down. There's the indicator. He's back there. But that's pretty much the last we're gonna see of him the entire race. And we're just gonna continue on our next 2 laps. Like I said, nothing else really happened this race. Just ran the laps. And I'm going to cut over here just to the end of the race. As you can see, it's still close, not, you know, miles away. And, well, again, there's somebody else there at the end of the race. But it's going to be another, well, first place finish of the night. And then we're going to jump to Nürburgring. And we have the 95 Corvette. Of course, it probably wouldn't be one of my videos without a Corvette. So I was really happy that this came up again. We're starting off here in first, coming up to one of the tightest corners in the game, and, well, ooh, yeah, that wasn't pleasant. But gonna get beat banged here a little bit. Gonna wind up in 8th, so we're gonna see what we can do from 8th place. Some more beating and banging up ahead of us. Got the Daytona, Dodge Charger Daytona up there. Not sure if that would be a car that I'd pick. I get into the Shelby. The Honda gives me a little room. We go around the corner. We're going to come down here. But yeah, I was really happy this race came up. Because we had just ran this in the weekly competition a week or so before in the hot laps. So I really had this car tuned up. Up there I go, getting into the back of the Daytona. He really could not get around the corners, but we're going to go down through here. And this car I had tuned up specifically for this track, so when it came up, I'm like, alright, cool. You know, maybe we can do something here. But hot lap tune, for me, doesn't necessarily equal racing tune. I build my race tunes a little more controllable, but I figured, you know, I knew how this car was going to drive, so I figured I'd bring it probably a little looser than I'd like for a race. But here we are, up the 5th position, 3rd and 4th just in front of us. They're battling it out. We're going to go up through the little right-hand kink, coming up to the chicane, and didn't really think much was going to happen, but someone overshoots the chicane. I pull right up on 3rd place. He gives me a little bit of room on the outside, and figure if I'm going to pass him, he's going to block off the inside. I'm going to go the long way around. I was really happy with that. This car I really had tuned up, spent a lot of time working on it, and it really paid off dividends in this race. You can see 1st and 2nd are still up there a little bit of ways ahead of us, but we're going to close it up here and see if we can't make it a 3-away. And, well, there's the Honda right. Not sure what happened there, if we missed a braking point or we were just lucky to get through there. So the guys up in front of us, they are battling. We got some smoke. They're door to door. They're locking it up. They're undercutting each other. It looks like a pretty good battle. We got another Corvette and that M4 that we saw in the first race. And we're going to see how it goes here. And I'm going to follow these guys around. I'm going to bring the whole race to you for this one. Just because it was a good race. And we just keep working our way up. We're going to see if we can make our way back to the front here. You know, started off first. It would be nice if we could finish in first, but these guys seem to be pretty good. Decent level of respect. Some slipping and sliding, but they're not on each other too hard. We're going to get a run coming out and getting up the Schumacher. I struggled with this portion of the track, and the Corvette just covers me off. I have to jump on the brakes, and we're going to go 3 wide up here, and I'm glad that they kind of got it sorted out. Corvette slowed up a little bit. I bumped him, but we all get through. A little bit of a bump there between me and the BMW. He I don't know, maybe he gave me enough room. I felt he probably could have given me a little more, but we're going to come down through here through the kink, and I'm going to give him a little nudge, but then we're going to come up here to the chicane, and it looks like fourth place also joined in with us. I saw another indicator back there, but we're going to come back down here to the last turn, and again, first lap, this is where my car was really strong. I'm going to try to get to the inside, push out a little wide, get behind the Corvette, but then we're going to just put the power down and get past him going back down into the first corner. Now, I really wasn't sure. I figured these guys were going to, you know, be respectful getting into this corner, so I just cover the inside a little bit, but we get through there okay. A little bit of tire smoke coming out of the corner. I tried to gas it a little too much. But we're gonna hold on through the first few corners here and see if we can't put a little bit of a gap on these guys. And I mean, they're right there. It was a good race. I really like this race. But yeah, we're just gonna keep running. Get down through the corners. Just try to keep the car in one piece. Like I said, in race trim, this is car's a little looser than I'd normally like for a race. I like my car a little bit tighter. This way I can probably get on the power a little bit more without the back end kicking out. They normally say, you know, a loose car is a fast car. I'll sacrifice a little bit of speed to have a little more control. That's my personal preference. You guys might just like a speed car. Get out of the corners, get down the road, but that's not me. Like I said, I'd like to be able to get through my corners. I'd like to be able to get out of the corners without my back end stepping out on me too bad. And that might be something else I have to work on as far as throttle control. Is very key. Well, just about everything in this game is very key. But we're gonna, you know, come up here to the chicane for the last time. Got ourselves a little bit of a lead. And just make sure we get through here clean without hitting anything. We don't want to, you know, be up in the grass or in a barrier. We don't want to hand somebody the first place without making them work for it. Going to come down through the final corner. We're going to gas it up, and we're going to get on down the road here, and it's going to be another first place finish. That's going to do it, guys. I appreciate everybody for watching. Again, like, share, subscribe, tell your friends. We'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.